Welcome back to TrippTalk Tech, man. What's up, y'all? I hope everybody is doing good out there. Hey, look, we know February is Black History Month, so what we wanted to do is we wanted to take some time out and just highlight some Black figures in tech, people that helped out, contributed to technology, the industry itself. Obviously, we love to show love to anybody that's groundbreaking in this field and helping us out or making our futures or lives different. But today we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk about some innovators, some engineers, some ingenuity that has been created and technology that has been created by some Black people. So let's talk about it. First, our first day that we're gonna go through this, I wanted to actually, instead of having a person, I wanted to talk about the ingenuity of my neo-melanated people as a whole. You call Black people. So for Black History Month, my first profile will be on Black people themselves. If you go back in history, right, we can go back to 3000 BC, down in South America, where slaves were captured and held and on plantations. These people, Black people, our people, figured out a way to communicate, again, in an environment where education was basically stranglehold and not allowed. So they wouldn't be able to communicate and wouldn't be able to talk effectively and wouldn't be able to escape, basically. But through the ingenuity of people, they took hair, ether, whatever you like to call it, but they took their hair and actually, number one, sent messages back and forth. That could be where you're from, what tribe you come from, where you originally from. Are you my cousin? Are you my brother? Are you my sister? Are you a relative based on the tribe that you're from? Because the way your hair is done. Braids, right? Got the braids in my hair, yeah, they look nice in America, and that's a culture. But through braids or cornrows or Cainrows, this is how basically the slaves back in those times that had no education, formal education, they were able to devise escape routes, GPS, within the braided hair. They were putting messages through braided hair. So, like I said, to me, that's number one, communications. We went and had communications through our hairstyles. Number two, we basically created GPS or maps to escape the plantations through different braid styles. Curvature in our heads. The curve, that was a road you had to cut down to get out of the plantation to escape. You know that the braid hairstyles everybody wears now, like you'll see guys wearing them sometimes where they'll have maybe a fade on the side, but they'll have their hair braided up and then into a bun. Well, guess what? Back in the day, that braid style was called departes. Departes was a braid hairstyle that when you saw those braids go up in a bun, you know we was rolling tonight. It was time to leave. So again, the ingenuity behind hairstyles to communicate, to get a message across, to tell you where I'm from, to give you my heritage, to tell you things, that's deep. To me, that's technology on steroids back 3000 BC. They put maps in your head. Google Maps. Your best GPS, they put that in their head. And had enough sense that even without education, to be able to make that system work. Yeah, technology at its finest. Spotlight number two for Black history in tech. Here at TrippTalk Tech, we going to give a shout out and a salute to Mrs. Gladys West. Mrs. Gladys West was born in 1930 in Sutherland, West Virginia. She's a mathematician who is well known for her work and her contribution or development of the database or the system that we know now as the global positioning system. I know you might be like, well, what is that? AKA GPS, AKA your Google Maps, AKA Maps, AKA Waze, AKA any navigation that run in any car in the world. Yeah, that was her. You know what, Mrs. West, she actually graduated from Virginia State College, which, by the way, she went on full academic scholarship, 2, which was only given, 2 was a number for her, 2 was only given for her class as far as full athletic rides. Then when she graduated from there in 1956, she was hired by the U.S. Naval Proving Ground, being only the second black woman ever to be hired by them. And she went in, and when she came in to the U.S. Naval Proving Ground, she actually came in with a big blue computer from IBM. Now this computer, really nobody has ever seen anything like this until this time. And as the Navy hired a bunch of mathematicians to come in and actually program this thing. Now the crazy part about it is they didn't have IBM or anybody else to come in and train them on how to program this machine. So not only did Mrs. West had to work on the global positioning system, she actually had to figure out by herself how to code a computer that nobody knew how to code at that time. Pretty impressive, right? So anyway, she codes this computer. She codes this computer with math algorithms or math equations that basically simulate or account for orbit. So, you know, orbit spinning around the axis 360 all the way around the sun. And you know how they say when like spaceships get into orbit and then things start to shift and move. So she had to understand gravitational pull and all kind of measurements so that when you put in a destination to go to work or to dinner or your kids' basketball games, whatever they go to, that location don't move 100 feet when the wind goes or when it's a retrograde or whatever. She built all of that in back then. You got to think, for the consumer applications, they probably only let us touch it around that late 80s, early 90s GPS. The government had it way before then. And she created the math equations that account for the accuracy around the globe. Salute to you, Miss Gladys West. We appreciate you for your invention. We thank you. We understand, and this is real still, that without your invention, we would literally be lost. So thank you, Mrs. West. We appreciate you here at TrippTalk Tech. Just a little information for you guys. Again, I understand it's Black History. We understand it's Black History Month. So we just wanted to load you up with things that make you feel good about yourself, understand a little bit more about Black history, especially Black history in tech. We thank you for watching. Definitely hit that subscribe or like button. Rest of the week, we're going to try to do this for the rest of the week and just keep pushing more information out there. Again, learn a little bit more about Black history and tech. Thanks for watching. It's TrippTalk Tech, yo.